Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of my playthrough of Dragon's Dogma. This is your friend Conservative Cat, and it's been about a week since I've seen y'all. But that's okay, I have a little treat for y'all. I am doing 3 quests in one episode. However, before we get started, I want to show you what happens when someone rents out one of your pawns. Basically, you get this nice little message here, and it tells you you got rift crystals. It also shows you what they've learned, what items they might have gotten, and how they were rated. In this case, Mira got a nice set of pants, which rarely happens, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep those.
It was quite a learning experience.
Yeah, but by renting out your pawn will gain quest knowledge, and sometimes items, so it really behooves you to play online.
Through here and to the left.
Remember, last time we had just walked the Hydra's Head with Mercedes to Gran Soren, and we were told to investigate the Pawn Guild. But we're going to be doing 3 quests in this episode. One of them is a matter of Myrmidons. Its follow-up main quest, Lure of the Abyss, and then a side quest that's associated with the hero achievement called Reaper's Scorn, and that's coming up right now.
If we want information, we'll have to ask around.
Merciful Maker, please. Sir, I know it is not a matter. Please, I ask only that you listen a while. Just a short while. Thank you, sir. This child is my son. Was my son. His heart stopped not a few hours past. Always weak, his sweet heart, since he was but a babe. I had long known he would not live long. But to see it, to watch him slip from my grasp, I am left with naught but rage at my impotence. Fain to try any means that I might to bring him back, I look to magic, even curses, anything to bring him back to me. I know it for madness, but still Here, pray, accept these, sir. The first of those stones, I bought from a merchant my son and I passed in our travels. He spoke of a powerful magic within it. Gather rocks such as this together, he said, and even the dead shall wake. Not that I am one to blindly believe in such tales, mind. Yet still, I thought there no harm in trying. And so I searched. But by the time I found a second, the whole pursuit rang hollow. 'Tis a vain hope to seek immortality in such trinkets, I know. I felt a fool for having e'er believed it.
Okay, this is an introduction to the Wakestone mechanic. Wakestone shards, you get 2 of them from Austin right here. And if you have 3, you can form a Wakestone, which will automatically resurrect you if you die.
Welcome, Arisen. We have awaited your coming.
Another thing about this is that the reason we picked up Reaper's Scorn is because if you do have Reaper's Scorn by the time you start this next quest in the main story, you will find the 3rd Wakestone shard inside of this upcoming dungeon that Barnaby is talking about right here. So, let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and put a jump here to the where we actually pick up the Wakestone shard if you're only here for that reason.
I would beg your assistance in this matter. You have my thanks. Beyond lies the Everfall, an ancient place that sleeps beneath Gran Soren's stones. We pawns have long served as keepers of the entrance to this place. But since the dragon's coming, a strange aura has filled the Everfall. A presence. If it be some omen of evil to come, we cannot allow it to go unchecked. I ask that you seek out the cause of the change, or some proof of what's happened. The Everfall is a place unique unto itself. This is not a simple task, nor a favor I ask lightly. Which is why I ask you, Arisen. Please, lend us your aid.
Okay, the Everfall is the first, truly difficult part of the main quest line. We've done side quests that have been fairly difficult. However, the Everfall will really challenge us. It is, you will need healing items for this area. Because it's fairly long, there's no real spots to rest or anything. So you might want to get some new pawns that you've probably leveled up. I went ahead and got Brienne a fighter and Fifi a warrior. And Mira is still our healer at this moment. You also want some extra lantern oil because it's dark down here and you will probably need your lantern. The Everfall is this massive dungeon that's pretty much linear. It's more of a gauntlet than, you know, like a maze. However, there are two paths to the end. One that's just a straightforward path that's winding around the entire place. Then there's one that sort of heads off to the side. And we're going to be taking the one that heads off to the side this time. There are bats and spiders here, critters, not any real threat. Bats are more annoying than difficult, though. Wow, Mirren just overkilled that, too. Bats will be coming. You want to be quick with the bats, and you know all about those guys. They're pretty irritating. There's also one of the reasons why we're taking the off path rather than the main path is because we do not need to. You get better treasure on the other one, and also the more fights, and it's a bit more interesting. It's a little more challenging though, so keep that in mind. But we also, if we do it this way, we get to take both paths. With the more linear one being our path on the way up. And just like Mira said, we have our first real resistance. Undead are highly resistant to slashing weapons, which is pretty much all you have at this point, since you're probably not carrying a blunt weapon right now. However, just like Mira said, they are weak to fire, so you want to keep a mage pawn or a sorcerer pawn with fire boon if you can. Holy boon also works. However, I choose fire boon for this part because holy boon is a bit higher leveled, and fire boon also will do extra damage to the non-undead creatures, as well as cause, you know, DOT damage. That's our first grade, which forces us to go off the main path. We can find a lever to open it, but we're going to hold off on that. You want to bring around some of these explosive barrels with you. Because at this level, you're probably going to have a bit of difficulty actually dealing damage if you're someone who's not, you know, a mage or has a fire equipment. And these fire barrels are pretty good. Be careful not to suck like I am. These guys are extremely resilient and they can break down your shield guard pretty quickly. Then again, it's worth noting, I'm using a pretty terrible shield. Good job, everyone. Mira, you should not be giving me cold right now. And explosive approaches. I consider myself victorious in that para. And that's why I grabbed a warrior. Warriors are, like I said in my vocation videos, they're kind of slow, but they take off chunks of HP. It's really pretty awesome. And they're good if you're going somewhere that you're not expecting, you know, a bunch of fast, speeding enemies. Magician's Crutch. Oh, Harpspud juice. We're gonna need that healing item. Magician's Crutch is a magic bow, which we do not need at this moment. If we wanted to take the linear path the rest of the way down, we could just pull that lever and it would shut off the grates that lead to the side paths and only open the ones that are on the main path. Oh, that was a really good throw, wasn't it? And he's on fire, so... See how much more damage having a fire weapon does for these guys? And remember, this is given to you by a mage or sorcerer, so just take a look at what their, what it says their equipped skills are when you pick them up. Thanks for holding them, Feely.
But feel we pawns bear some connection.
Our pawns give flavor text, depending on the quest, remember. Oh, what's that?
There's a lever controls this door, Master.
Can't hit it through the grate. That's a big guy. So we're just gonna leave him alone since he's on the other side of that grate. And instead... fight some undead here on the side. Oh, undead mage. Good job, Feely. There we go, got to that mage. Undead mages! Skeleton mages are really annoying, especially at this level, and they're usually put between a bunch of enemies. There's usually a bunch of enemies between them or you, or some other obstacle. Skulls. Skulls could be used as throwing weapons, or you can use them to sort of distract enemies with sound. Don't really do that much. However, I am picking up the skulls for a reason. You can actually give them away. You can pick up little items like these as gifts. I'm just gonna go ahead and save here real quick. I just want to emphasize that this place is pretty dangerous, so you want to keep a save file up to date. Oh, it looks like we have a warrior type undead right here. But Mira was smart enough to kill him real quick. If only Feely had fire enchantment on, he'd be doing some really great damage here. Oh! Skeleton Knight tactics, okay. Tactics. These are items you can just use. You can find them, and if you use them, it teaches all the pawns in your party about Skeleton Knight tactics, how to kill them, whatever. If all the pawns in your party already know the tactics that are explained in that one, then there's no need to use it, and you won't be able to use it, so you can just sell it instead. Let's go ahead and fight this big guy, though. This is an ogre. Ogres are huge gorilla-like creatures that... Exactly. They target women. So they'll look at... Brienne's going to be taking the brunt of the damage here. Look at that health. It's not going down quick. We don't have a lot of room to fight either. They only have one health bar. Yeah, but... Oh, crap. Sometimes they will also pick up a pawn. You want to slash at their face when they do that, or they might also pick up you. So... You'll want to do that before they bite into the pawn or you and deal some massive damage. When they fall down, they also take a bit more damage for a while. These guys are difficult for us. When they pick you up, you want to sort of waggle your left stick around. It's extremely hard to pick up, and if you fail, you take a whole bunch of damage. So I'm just going to sit out of the fray here for a couple seconds and let myself heal up. I'm sure Brienne can hold for a little bit without me. Alright, time to get back into battle. Ogres have, even though they have only one health bar, they deal a ton of damage. And they also can take a lot of punishment. Really, I consider them more dangerous than Cyclops because they also have all the speed to go along with their strength. And they're fairly unpredictable opponents. They have all these like wrestling sort of style moves. And they also do not get climbed on very easily. Occasionally they'll do this like little block thing where they'll take minimal damage, and at the end of it they will swing their arms and break out of their block, staggering anyone who's too close. So just keep your distance. We're actually doing pretty good here. We've got him almost already down to halfway. So these guys, because of their unpredictable movements, are also pretty difficult to grab, and so if you're a grappler kind of character, you can't really fight as well as your normal tactics might be. Hitting them in the face area can kind of stagger them, as well as concentrating. Oh, I forgot about this. When they get frenzied, they go into like a berserker mode. You won't see it now since you've got them kind of staggered, but their movements become a lot more unpredictable, and they also deal a bit more damage. Yeah, see that? If I were to get hit by him right now, I'm almost certain I'd die. Oh! They also do these awkward charges when they're berserking. And these really bad, pained flails. Which don't make me feel bad for them, because remember, these guys are, crazed by hurting females. Brienne keeps falling. Oh. Man, Feely and Brienne are just getting killed here. You want to watch your HP here, because I've been down to like 300 health and gotten one-shotted by them when they were berserking before, so be careful. They do these massive drop kicks too that can send you flying. Pretty much all their moves can send you flying, so... Oh, I am not liking where I am right now. Let's go ahead and heal up a bit. I'll just eat most of those green washes. Oh, he's on Mira. Stop him. Oh! Crap. Oh. Oh no. I think he drop-kicked himself off. That was actually pretty good. I'm gonna show you my first death when I was fighting this guy, because it's pretty hilarious. Let's go ahead and cut here. Oh no! I thought it was pretty funny. Anyways, I used the health potion between cuts. Let's continue onward. Oh, there's a sneak preview of where we're going. That's one way to get down, I guess. I wonder if that'd be a fatal fall on a higher level character, too. Let's go ahead and restock on some of our healing items we lost. Otherwise, we should feel good about ourselves for beating that guy at a fairly low level. That's... even though it's just, you know, a basic enemy... well, not a basic enemy, it's still pretty elite. You don't encounter them in groups. And they're pretty... they remain kind of a challenge even through later in the game because of how unpredictable and damaging their movements are. We really want this chest, so let's just carve our way through this undead horde. Sorry, I'm really bad at waggling my stick. But hey, it worked out. Mira and I both got some equipment, so... hand covers. I'm actually pretty sure that I... die somewhere up ahead and lose these hand covers.
I'll take that.
I will point it out to you if I see it. Just be aware that I'm pretty sure these gloves do not survive a cut, and I get better equipment instead. Or maybe I'm wrong and just not remembering correctly, I don't know. But see, now that we're battle-hardened, and our pawns are a lot more knowledgeable about fighting, we're actually just carving through these guys pretty well. This room up ahead is kind of a nightmare. You have these undead mages that are on ledges. They can be extremely difficult to target since your melee pawns will automatically not jump up to them. They deal a bunch of damage, and yeah, you can pretty much see I'm not doing too hot. We'll go ahead and use that balmy incense since we're all pretty, we're all doing pretty poorly. Incenses, heal your entire party. So they can be good if you're in a pinch, if you're kind of feeling bad. We want to go up there and take care of this second skeleton mage, so I'm just going to go ahead and run there. Otherwise, he'll just keep sniping us this entire time. And fortunately, he is distracted with fighting our allies and shooting them below. And missing, apparently. So let's... Blink Strike is really good if you hadn't seen for... There you go, guys. Take care of them at your leisure. Blink Strike is really good for staggering enemies. Oh, Horse's juice. We're gonna need some of that, I think. He just doesn't know what to do. He's just like, wow, I can't believe he just threw me. Yeah, there are several undead here and harpies. Really the only thing that's difficult are those undead mages. Once you got them out of the way, the rest of them are just cake. Unfortunately, it's pretty much on you to take care of the undead mages. Since your pawns have trouble, since your melee pawns probably won't jump to them, and your range pawns are probably going to be focusing on the harpies. But if you take care of those guys, the skeleton mages, your pawns will take care of everything else. You can kind of rely on them. Excited much, Mira? Okay, let's see what we got here. Ogre strategy. This would be kind of neat. Well, I'll show you here in a minute. We have one more undead left, so let's take care of him. Since we picked up those 2 empty bottles, we can go to this pot of oil and just refill them both here. So if you're running low on oil, make sure you keep some empty bottles around. That way, these are pretty ubiquitous, so it's good to have them around. It's good to have a couple of empty money. It's good to have a couple of empty bottles around in case your lantern is beginning to run out. And yeah, your lanterns do run out. Dragon spits and throw blasts are all fire. They're basically grenades, and we're gonna need them for a quest up ahead. A side quest specifically. So I'm just gonna stock up real quick, and hopefully don't remember not to sell them. Okay, so here is where we run into what we must do next. You see, we have a grate here, which means we finally do have to flip the switch, which we've been avoiding doing since I wanted to take this side path. Mira is explaining to us the mechanics of the dungeon here, because she's been here before with another Arisen. So if we find Mira, we will know where to go. See, she's right there across the, Oh, that's not the way I want to go. She's right there across the room from us. Healing items? Oh no, that was a throw blast, sorry. What do we get for our troubles here? Coin pouch. Not bad. Thanks for the heads up, Mira. And as you can see, these side paths get closed off, and the main paths open up when we flip the lever. But I think this was a worthwhile detour. And we didn't really miss anything by not going on the main path. We missed one encounter, but I'll show y'all. We have to clear out that encounter anyway, so on our way out, so it's no problem at all. And the other thing is we can't really backtrack through this side path, so this is really the way you're meant to go. At least I believe so. Okay, we have another room up ahead. Where's it? There it is. Okay. Got this large sort of room. Oh wait. Oh, that leads to the dungeon, where we're supposed to go, the Throne of Flame. Got this sort of nice room with a bunch of coffins in it. Maybe there's some loot here, I don't know. Flamica. I don't actually know what a Flamica does. I don't think I've ever used it for anything but vendor trash. Oh yeah, ogre tactic strategy. Since we fought that ogre earlier, none of our pawns can really benefit from it, so we can just sell it for some extra money. It's not a lot of money, I think it's only 750, but hey, every little bit counts, right? Now I know what you're thinking. Have this slot, for a lever, and a sorry, and a gate right in front of it. So oh man, this must be a boss, right? A mini boss at least, right? No, it's just a regular crappy bone warrior? Oh, that's underwhelming. But he dropped a lever for us. I don't know why he gets a cutscene introduction, but hey, solves our puzzle. And this lever is actually independent, so you can flip it without worrying about all the other grates going up or down. And we get 2 golden chests here. It's a nice treasure room. Venturer's Cloak and bone armor. Very nice. Let's go ahead and loot the rest of this area too for some extra items. Nothing in these crates. Nope. Okay, let's go ahead and do some equipment management real quick. That is quite an improvement. Let's go ahead and pick up that bone armor to replace our leather jacket with. Mira can't use it, but she can just hold on to it for a little bit. Ooh, nice cloak, but we sort of lose something from it. Oh, you know who won't lose something from it, though? Mira. I'm pretty sure she has a crappy cloak. Yeah, she actually benefits from it a bit, so let's give her that. You're styling, my girl. And now we got this nice, nice set of decent armor. Yeah, this was quite worth the trip. Let's head down to the Throne of Flame, which is that strange light we saw peering through here, and also where the ogre drop-kicked me to. I'm just gonna save real quick. Yeah, where I was drop-kicked to. The Throne of Flame. You want to be careful here, because there's 2 items we want to pick up, and something else we want to do before we actually activate the next quest area. Before we actually advance the quest, sorry. So just kind of casually loot this room, because before we activate, before we advance the quest, after we advance the quest, we're not really going to have an opportunity to. And there's some good stuff down here, like a chest, you know? Bronze bangles, which I'm pretty sure Mira actually wears. See that glowing thing right there? That is a port crystal. And if you're doing the Reaper Scorn, here is the Wakestone Shard, which will make you a Wakestone. From this point, be careful not to die. Be careful and take the port crystal. Port crystals will allow you to use a fairy stone to port back to anywhere else on the main world map. So it sort of adds extra waypoints for you to jump to, instead of just Cassardis and Gran Soren. Let me lighten up my load here a bit. Feely's a kind of big guy. He can hold on to our stuff. Is there anything else I can spare? No. We don't need the hoe. Be careful with that Wakestone Shard, by the way. It's not really... It's something substantial. Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh, Mira's actually already wearing one. Either way, we're back down to light like I wanted. You want to be careful about picking up that port crystal, since if you're in the wrong space, you can accidentally activate the next part of the quest. and you don't want to do that yet. First, we're going to run up here and take care of this spawn of undead. And boy, are there a lot of them. This is the only real resistance here. I wish I had a blunt weapon. Unfortunately, fighters cannot use blunt weapons. However, our ultimate goal, the Mystic Knight, can use maces, which, as I remember, do a bit more damage. Oh, thank you, Mira. Time to just go on a spree here. I don't know if you've noticed, but when you're doing more damage to him with flame, it actually staggers the undead a bit more. Let me just go ahead and journey up a bit more, so make sure I got all the undead spawns. We have a lot of these rocks in case we just want to, you know, throw them at people instead of sword fighting. Got these nice big sweeping arc attacks to spread the fire around. Oh yeah, these guys are also extremely flammable, so the burning DOT gets applied to them much easier. Boulders are not as effective as the explosive barrels, unfortunately. Oh, what? Oh.
What's this?
There we go. Looks like the path is cleared, so let's go ahead and head back down to the Throne of Flame and investigate. You want to make sure you have some stamina increasing items like Scrag of Beasts and nuts, since we're going to have to be doing, well, you'll see. Let's approach and investigate.
I've gained pressure.
Thanks for telling me that, Fifi. Oh, that's not the way we want to go. Okay, we're being attacked by tentacles. These tentacles are infinitely respawning. Furthermore, they're high-level enemies, so we can't really do any substantial damage to them, and I'll display that here in a second. Don't need that. That's what I'm looking for. Sour Scrag. The Sour Scrags actually heal more stamina than the fresh ones. Yeah, but these monsters are going to be following us all the way up, and they cast damaging magic spells. Furthermore, you can't really damage them. You can't really make a dent in them, since for every one you kill, more of them keep replacing it. You're really meant to run here. Don't worry about telling your pawns to come or whatever. They will follow on their own. They are trying to actually fight it, but if you get too far away from them, they'll automatically warp to you. Yeah, exactly, Bran. That's why I'm running. Let's go ahead and wail on one just to show you. Yeah, we're not doing much damage here. Oh, an undead too. I don't know if I forgot those or if that's part of these. Anyways, we've made it high enough up to where we can just flee. Whew, boy. Well, we've done it. We've beaten the first truly difficult dungeon in the main quest line. That is the Everfall. We came away with some nice armor, a couple levels. Oh yeah, this is the noseboard if you bought the From a Different Sky DLC. I'm not gonna do that though. Let's go ahead and turn this into Barnaby real quick.
A light. In the furthest depths, you say? I see. In truth, even we pawns know precious little of the Everfall. I can say with utmost certainty, though, the light you speak of is newly come. We cannot know if this small aberration will give rise to great calamity hence. But the chance enough is called to take action. We shall redouble our efforts here, and keep vigilant for further signs of change.
Before we end this video, let me go ahead and turn in Reaper's Scorn. Oh, forgot to grab these. Should have picked these up, because we just fought a bunch of skeletons and ogres and a lot of these other enemies.
A word, sir. Are you the Arisen? I bring a message from the Duke himself. His Grace has judged your feat in slaying the Hydra most laudable. To honor your noble works, you are hereby welcome to the Worm Hunt. You may now accept orders from Sir Maximilian, Captain of the Hunt. Bring this writ to Sir Maximilian outside the castle gates. He will instruct you further. The document confers the status of Hunter upon you. Carry it on your person, always.
And since we've done Lord of the Abyss, now we have access to the next set of quests, the Worm Hunt quests. We're going to hold off on those to do some side quests first. In particular, Reaper's Scorn. We're going to wrap this one up before we finish up this video. Let's... If you're just joining in from the annotation, we have the full Wakestone, and we're gonna walk over to the sun here and use aid on him, and we use the Wakestone.
A miracle! 'Tis a miracle!
Father,
Wilhelm! Sweet Wilhelm!
Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.